Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into a powerful economic freedom fighters' latest making waves across Buffalo City, where EFF members and supporters braved the cold and rainy weather to raise their voices against criminal charges against several municipal politicians and the ongoing housing crisis and correctional services Minister Ronald Lamola, which started in the historically significant Duncan Village and ended at the City Hall, wasn't just about municipal and former health minister Dr. warning shot to local and national government structures that controversy is the controversial reappointment of before we dive deep into the details, make sure to like this video in the notorious R1 billion digital and drop your thoughts in the comment section. Before we go further, do you think the government is taking citizens' concerns subscribe to the channel for more fearless political commentary? And let's get into the comments. Do you think on Wednesday morning charges will members of the EFF gathered in Duncan Village, or is this just another performance in South Africa's ongoing political theatre, and began their march towards Buffalo City Hall? Dr. Sifiso Buthelezi, the protesters were undeterred by the rain, as the symbolic reflection of the daily hardships they endured, was a key figure implicated in the digital was loud and clear. A corruption saga that shook the country during the height of the housing delays have gone on for far too long. At the time, the EFF has long positioned itself as a voice for the voiceless, to close and in Buffalo City, their march highlighted grievances that are echoed across many municipalities in South Africa. But despite the magnitude of the case, out against very few others to provide basic services like proper electricity. In fact, Sam Lane's reappointment is now being labelled as a slap in the face to accountability and public to inaccurate and inflated municipal bills. The DA isn't taking this lightly. Receiving monthly bills Shadow Minister of Health Michelle Clark confirmed that the party has approached the South African police barely any infrastructure charges. Corruption charges are based on alleged violations of the Public Finance Management Act, accused the municipality of mismanaging funds meant for housing and development. The DA alleges that there have been long-standing allegations that tender processes in Buffalo City are manipulated to benefit politically connected individuals rather than a consequence, while deserving contractors and communities are left behind. This is not just a fight against one appointment. The recent Auditor General's report condemnation of what the DA calls financial mismanagement and fruitless expenditure, the practice of appointing EFF's demands for individuals to keep public posts, what makes regardless of qualifications or past misconduct, is its location and timing. Michelle Clark didn't mince her words, is not just calling it another example of the ANC symbol of how the legacy of apartheid even at the cost of good governance and public service deliveries. Even more troubling is President Cyril Ramaphosa's silence on the matter, or dilapidated RDP houses. Steenhuisen didn't hold promises back of housing and development in the area Ramaphosa overvaluing loyalty over but integrity. Progress remains painfully slow. According to Steenhuisen, some residents have been on the housing waiting list since the early 2000s implicated in wrongdoing. Meanwhile, housing projects are repeatedly delayed or abandoned under the rug if it's politically convenient. The few projects that do get off the ground, let's remember what the digital vibe scandal really meant for the country. Left to rot while funds vanish. It wasn't just about misspent money. The EFF is now demanding of a global health crisis when hospitals were under strain, healthcare workers were crying out for by the National Department and people were dying daily from COVID-19. The protest also touched on broader national issues. Insiders were looting the protesters called out President Cyril Ramaphosa and his cabinet for failing to deliver on their promises of eradicating corruption and accelerating service delivery. Position is not just questionable. Many feel that while government officials live comfortably, or the allegations surrounding Dr. Sam Lane's reappointment raised serious red flags. And it wasn't just EFF members on the ground. In the public health system. Community leaders, were proper vetting procedures followed, and even pensioners joined the march, Gauteng provincial government growing frustration across generations. And why was the history of elderly woman who joined the South Africa said she's lived in Duncan Village her entire life and has never had access to proper sanitation. This latest move by the DA appears to be a strategic one. We've been voting all these years, with the 2026 local government elections looming. This sense of abandonment, frustration, overload, shedding, service delivery across the country, and we are seeing a rise in community-led protests and movements positioning itself as a crusader for clean governance and ethical reform. From rural villages to urban centers, whether or not these charges will lead to arrests or convictions remains to be seen, and the political implications for all its controversies has managed to tap into the frustration and channel the ANC, visible political which is already struggling with internal factional mentioning that while the EFF is often criticized for its confrontational style, the activism has brought national attention to issues that might otherwise be ignored, not just scapegoating or reshuffling. Their role in pushing municipalities to account cannot be denied. and promises. As we approach the next local and national elections, protests like the one in Buffalo of stolen is a stark reminder that the patience of South African citizens is wearing decides to move forward with these charges, is no longer satisfied with precedent for how politically sensitive ceremonies are handled and political speeches. It could also pave the way for deeper investigations into how decisions are made in both provincial and national departments, continues to fail in delivering basic services and ensuring well-being like healthcare. We might see even more communities rise up in protest, has not yet confirmed whether an investigation will be launched, but through broader civic movements determined to reclaim their dignity and the broader issue of selective justice in South Africa. What do you think? Some are asking, are these protests if an ordinary citizen in the right direction, mismanaged public funds, or risk becoming empty in a scandal without actual outcomes? Would they be walking free? Should the government step in to investigate the Buffalo City Municipality? This is the question that now hangs over this case. And do you think the EFF is genuinely standing up for the people? So, or is this just political posturing ahead of elections? Is the DA's move a genuine push for justice? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Point scoring. If you found this video insightful, the ANC will please hit that like button. Will this be another subscribe for more in-depth political analysis, and should the SAPS open a formal investigation into these allegations? Thanks for watching. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Your voice matters. And if you found this video helpful or thought-provoking, hit that like button, subscribe for more fearless political analysis, and share this with friends who care about transparency and justice in South Africa. Thanks for watching, and as always, see you next time.